Okay, so back in San Francisco, working a little bit, the Holy City Zoo, and I've actually got a gig at Cobb's Pub a weekend one time. I don't know how it happened, but it was time to go back on the road again. Anyway, going back on the road again, and now I figured it out pretty much all. I've got a list of clubs all over the country: Michigan, Detroit, Kalamazoo, Michigan, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. I mean, all kind Toledo, Cincinnati. I mean, down south, Raleigh, South Carolina, Savannah, Georgia. I mean, I started working the Chitlin circuit, as they say, working all around the country, getting weekend gigs all over the place. It's a middle act. I was only a middle act because, like I said, I never really applied myself that hard to do stand up like I did. I was just going out to get high, get laid. But I was working every week. Every week I was just going around the country traveling. So I kind of, gave up my place in San Francisco, sublet it to somebody else. I never really went back to San Francisco. Now I was a road comic. And this was back in the day. There were so many comedy clubs all over the country that I could work pretty much every single weekend. Do a bunch of one-nighters during the week and everything. I mean, it was a comedy start. And this was just really cool back in those days. Comedy clubs everywhere. I mean, this is back in the day, but 7-Eleven had a back room with a microphone and 50 seats. They'd have a comedy night there, give you $100 and put you in a hotel. I mean, that's what they did. I mean, there's so much comedy back in those days. So it was fun working around the circuit, working the road. But, the road gets kind of tiring after a while, but it was fun. Like I said, all I could do is get high all the time. Sometimes I'd have a hard time because I couldn't find any weed. And I was really getting addicted to weed because I wasn't drinking anymore. I quit drinking in San Francisco because I figured, okay, because I went to that AA meeting that time, and they told me you can't smoke weed when you come to AA. So I said, okay, I'll quit drinking and I'll smoke weed. And I literally, seriously, got teeth pulled to get Percodan and shit because I didn't want the stigma of being a junkie. But I'd do coke, and I hated cocaine, but I would do it any chance. I just liked to get high. That's all I did. Anyway, working around the country, and then eventually all this stuff, I ended up in Boston, Massachusetts. Boston was the East Coast mecca of comedy. That's where some of the greatest comedians in the country are from Boston. They're like Bobcat Goldthwait, Stephen Wright. I mean, there are so many good comedians in Boston. Actually, Bobcat Goldthwait moved out to San Francisco. But there are so many great comedians that I worked with. And working the road, I made a living. I actually made a living and survived doing stand-up comedy. Now there's not that many clubs around the country that you could just book like that. It's a whole different thing. But back then it was all word of mouth and just call up, say, I could book myself. Anyway, now I eventually moved to Boston, Massachusetts. And I'll tell you about that story next. Anyway, again, thank you so much for following me. Thank you so much for liking and sharing and subscribing. And please comment below. It helps the channel. And if you don't mind, please buy me a coffee. That would be great. It helps the channel. And it just helps keep going and going and going. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And look, I'll talk to you again real soon.